Hello friends, welcome to our channel Stocks Factor. Hope you are doing well. Friends, we come with yet very another important topic when it comes to derivative analysis, which is option chain analysis, or specifically we are talking about option chain OI analysis, that is open interest. Derivative analysis cannot be complete without this topic. So in order to explain this topic in detail and cover the demo with two use cases, we will cover this topic in two parts or two videos. In part 1, we will cover the basic theory of options very quickly and demo of index analysis covering the use case of Nifty, and the same analysis can be applied to Bank Nifty or Fin Nifty also. And in part 2 we will cover the stocks option chain analysis. Friends, before we start the topic, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel to get the notifications of our daily videos, weekly market analysis videos and the derivative analysis series tutorial videos, in which we have covered each and every derivative analysis topic in detail, and we have also shown how to use that indicator or metric with the demo of using our dashboard. So I'm specifically talking about this particular series. So let me quickly take you to the topics. So we have covered how to analyze FII positions using derivatives data. Then we have discussed the PCR, that is put call ratio, in 3 videos, and we have covered many use cases, and you will get great insights about PCR, how to use PCR and various important details about PCR indicator and how to use that indicator in combination with India VIX. So you can see that those 3 videos. Then we have covered the open interest, how to analyze open interest and what is the significance of open interest, and then how to analyze the futures OI data, that is the cumulative open interest data, and how to take trades based on them. And then lastly we have covered the futures rollover statistics, how to analyze rollover statistics and how to take effective trading decisions using the rollover statistics if you are doing positional trading, so that you can understand in detail how to do the derivative analysis and how to take effective trading decisions using derivative analysis. And friends, if you want to get the access to our dashboard, we have already opened the free trial version of our dashboard and it is open till 31st of March. If you want to get the free trial access to our dashboard, you can quickly go to the about section and you can drop us an email just saying hi to the factorstocks@gmail.com and we'll send you the link of the dashboard. So friends, let's get started. So friends, in this video our main agenda is we'll cover the basic option theory, in which we'll cover the topics of what is option contract, call option, put option, what is historical volatility, implied volatility, option chain analysis, and what indicators to use while trading using options data. And then we will cover the demo of index option chain analysis and we'll take the use case of Nifty, and the same use case can be applied to Bank Nifty or Fin Nifty. So friends, what is option contract? So as you already know that there are two types of options, that is call option and put option. Buyer gets the right but not the obligation to buy or sell the underlying security. So what do we mean by this statement? Friends, in our day-to-day lives also we are dealing with options, like you're buying the insurance policy or you're buying the car insurance or medical insurance. So those are kind of options only, because you are paying the premium in the primary market only. So you can consider buying an insurance policy as a primary market. So you are buying the insurance policy and you are paying a premium, right? Now the opposite party is selling you the option, or it is selling you the contract, and you are buying the contract. So you are an option buyer and the opposite party, that is the insurance company, is the option seller. Now they have the obligation, suppose the maturity date is 1 year, which is generally the use case. So the opposite party has the obligation that whenever you will exercise the option, they will have to pay the amount, amount which has been mentioned in the contract. But you have the right. So at any point of time within that year, whenever required, you can exercise that option, and the opposite party is obliged to pay the amount which they have mentioned in the contract. So friends, this is kind of option. Now when it comes to secondary market, and when that instrument, or you can see the option becomes tradable between persons, then it becomes trading, and there are many contracts open and you can do the trading easily. So liquidity is very high in the secondary market. So in this way the options are traded. Now as you already know that options can be exercised on the day of expiry, right? So in India what happens is generally the options are exercised if you are holding the options till expiry and you have not settled your option by yourself, and if it is in the money then it will be exercised, right, by the market. So to get an option, buyer pays premium to the seller, which we have already discussed. Now let's cover what is call option. So friends, as you already know that call option is bought by a buyer when he or she feels that the market will go up or the price of the underlying security will go up, and he pays the premium to the option seller. But the option seller has the perspective that the price of this stock will stay below this particular strike price, and that's why he or she is selling the option, or writing the option. We call it option writers. Now friends, as we have also discussed in the previous videos of derivative analysis, when we were discussing about the PCR or option data, or we were discussing about the open interest, we discussed that the option sellers are more smart, or they are smarter than the option buyer, because they are people with deep pockets and they have huge amount of money and they have more information than the option buyer. Those are the retail investors. So buyers are generally the retail investors, and option sellers are generally the big players or the professional traders, right? So those are selling the options. So basically, when it comes to option trading, we have to think from the perspective of option seller, and we'll discuss this in this presentation also later, and also we'll see the case in the demo. Now let us quickly cover the call options and put options. So friends, when you trade in Nifty, the call options and the put options, you must have seen that it is written CE or PE. So it is call European and put European. So in India, generally the European kind of contracts are traded, not the American contracts, because what happens is in European contracts, only the option can be exercised on the day of expiry, right? Not before that, even if it is in the money. But in America, what happens is you can exercise the option at any point of time within that expiry. So that's why since we are trading the European style, so that's why E is written, call European and put European. Okay, so in this way, mainly the options are exercised on the expiry date. Now friends, let us cover the historical volatility. So you must have heard this term about the historical volatility. Now the historical volatility is not related to the option, it is related to the underlying security. Like if we take an example of stock, suppose SBI. So what is historical volatility? Historical volatility would be calculated based on the previous data, and they will see the movement of that stock for 1 year, the range, and they will calculate the historical volatility, and which will be applicable for 1 year. So generally it is also called annualized volatility, and it is valid for 168 days, mainly 2/3 of the 252 trading days in a year. It is generally used to gauge the fluctuations of underlying security over a predetermined period of time, like in the previous data. And traders use this historical volatility in order to gauge the price movements. So basically it is helpful in comparing the volatility of one stock with another stock, or to the stock itself over a period of time. But this is historical data. It doesn't tell much about the future movements. It generally provides you a view that how the movement was happening within a year, right? And based on that, you can make a view about that stock about the near future. Now let us discuss about the implied volatility. Now you must have heard this term implied volatility when it comes to option trading, and every strike price option has an implied volatility associated with it. Now how implied volatility is calculated? First of all, you need to understand implied volatility is not historical volatility. Okay. Now how implied volatility is calculated? So before that, let us cover the basics about implied volatility. It is a metric used by investors or traders to estimate the future fluctuations of the security price, that is the underlying security or a stock or index. Now often it is used to price also the option contracts. So we'll discuss about this. Now high IV, that is if the suppose a particular option strike price option has an high implied volatility, it means it will have the high premiums, and vice versa. If the implied volatility is low, the option premium will be low. You must have also heard about the option Greeks, delta, gamma, rho and vega. You already know about delta. Delta is the change in the option premium based on the change in the price of underlying security. Suppose SBI stock is moving by 30 points. So what will be the movement of option based on that? So if it is in the money, it will move very much in relation with the stock price. So the delta would be between 0.7 to 1, right? You must have heard about this. Then what is gamma? Gamma is change in delta. And what is rho? Rho is the interest rate, and vega. So vega is more important. Implied volatility refers to vega. So when you are doing intraday option trading or very much into index trading mainly, so you will generally encounter with these terms the option Greeks. So vega means the implied volatility, and it is generally used to gauge the option movements or the underlying security movements also, because volatility tells you how the option price can move or the underlying security can move in either direction, but it doesn't give you the idea about the direction itself. Okay, so it will generally tell you that a bigger move can happen on either side. So generally IV increases in bearish markets and decreases when the markets is bullish, you know. So you must have also heard about India VIX, that is the volatility indicator. So generally you will see that when these implied volatilities have very good correlation with the India VIX. So if you are following the India VIX when you are doing swing or positional trading, that is enough. So we have discussed this in our previous videos also. While doing swing or positional trading, you can mainly follow the India VIX, which is the gauge of fear index. So it mainly tells you if the fear index or the volatility index is rising very much and the markets are falling, so it means the market is very bearish. And if the market is rising and the volatility is falling, it means buyers are more comfortable, and at every level the support level is shifting higher. So friends, as I mentioned that I will quickly take you to the implied volatility and how it is calculated. Though while trading options you need not to know about the nuances of how implied volatility is calculated, because it is already given to you by the market and you can always see the values in the option chain. But just for the sake of understanding that how it is calculated so that you can develop the intuition, I'll quickly take you through what are the parameters which are used to calculate the implied volatility. So friends, you have heard about the term Black-Scholes formula. So basically it is used for option pricing. So whatever prices you see for the premium at the starting of the expiry, those are calculated using this formula. And this formula is very complex. If you just want to see the definition, this is the definition of the formula. Now, how the implied volatility is calculated. So for implied volatility, you have to use the same formula, but you have to do the reverse engineering. So basically this formula is used to calculate the option prices. And there are four main factors which are used to calculate the option prices, which you have to fit in this formula. So what are those four indicators or four important factors? One is the price of the stock, that is the underlying security. Suppose SBI current market price is 300, so that will be taken into account. Then the strike price, suppose which strike price option price to be calculated, suppose 310 or 300 itself. Then R is the risk-free rate, which is standard for all the option prices, and T is the time to maturity, and E is the exponential term, which is generally because it is e to the power RT. So friends, these are all fit into the formula and the option price is calculated. Now when the option price is calculated already, now using reverse engineering you can put the option price and calculate the implied volatility. So how implied volatility is calculated? You have to fit in 5 factors now, even the price of the option which was generally calculated, and then you have to fit in again in the formula and do reverse engineering and calculate the implied volatility. So basically if you develop the intuition, the implied volatility is inherently capturing the option price, right? Because as the option prices are moving faster, the implied volatility will also move faster, and if the option prices are moving slower, the implied volatility will fall. So like this you can develop the intuition. Now friends, let's see quickly what is the relation between the open interest and implied volatility and what indication you can make based on that. So now let's talk about the put options. Now if the put option open interest is increasing and the implied volatility is also increasing, so it means long positions are made in puts. So basically buyers are more dominant in that particular strike price than sellers. So basically because people are more expecting the underlying security would fall. Now the next scenario, put option open interest is increasing and the implied volatility is decreasing. It means writers are comfortable because they expect the prices will not go beyond this down, and they are writing the puts, okay, and they are selling the puts at that particular price. They are expecting the movement to go up. Now the third scenario, the put option open interest is decreasing, implied volatility is increasing, that means the short covering is going on in puts, and the last case both are decreasing, you will see long unwinding in puts. So this is the case with put options. Now coming to the call options. Now call options, you can similarly grasp this table. You will see 4 cases: increase, long formation in calls, increase, decrease, short formation in calls. That is, call writers are more dominant than buyers. Now the third case, if the open interest is decreasing at a particular strike price and the implied volatility of that particular strike price is increasing, you will see short covering. You can indicate that the short covering is going on in calls and the stock price can move higher. And the last case is if open interest is decreasing at a particular strike price and volatility is IV is also decreasing, that means long unwinding is going on. So friends, these are the 8 use cases regarding the put options and call options. But these are generally applicable when you are doing the trading in index and generally the intraday trading. When it comes to positional trading and swing trading, generally you can follow the India VIX. You need not to go into too much details about the IVs. You only need to follow the option chain and PCR indicator. So we'll discuss this. So friends, generally if you are doing the swing or positional trading, you need to pay attention to these 5 things which I have mentioned here. You can see, first you have to analyze the option chain, and you have to analyze it from the perspective of a option writer, not from a perspective of option buyer. You have to think why a particular person is writing at a particular strike price. That is very important. When you start thinking from the perspective of option seller, then you will start understanding what is going on in that particular stock or index. Then you will start making effective trading decisions when you are trading on index or on the stocks using options, whether you are buying the options at the money or in the money. Now the second most important thing while trading using options data is the option chain analysis. Okay, so this is the second most important thing. Third is, using option chain analysis, you have to identify major support and resistance levels, and it would be very good if you are trading near the major support or resistance levels, because your chances of success are very high. If you are trading very much in between, then the chances of success are very low. Then comes the fourth important part, that is put call ratio analysis. Now as I mentioned that we have already made 3 videos on PCR, and we have covered this indicator in very much in detail, and we have shown the practical demo also, that how you can trade and how you can analyze PCR and how you can make effective trading decisions. Now the last indicator is India VIX, which I was mentioning, that when you are doing swing or positional trading, you only need to follow India VIX, because India VIX has a very good correlation with the IVs when it comes to swing trading. So you will see the changes in IVs very much in correlation with India VIX. So if you are following this indicator only, you will get a sense about the IVs also. So friends, with this we come to the end of the theory. Now we'll switch to the demo, where we'll see one use case with the Nifty analysis and how to analyze Nifty and how to make effective trading decisions using the option chain of Nifty. So friends, let's switch to the demo now. So friends, we are on the dashboard now, and as you can see, this is the home page of the dashboard or the introduction page, and we have very recently added the tabs also. So like earlier you could have gone to different pages using the below option, which is to switch between the pages, but now we have also provided the options at the top using the tabs, and it very much acts as the tab behavior, and you can easily switch to the pages of this dashboard using those tabs. So let's quickly switch to the index analysis. So friends, here we are on the index analysis page, and we have already selected Nifty and the last 3 months data by default, which is already shown. So now let's see how you can take effective trading decisions on Nifty and how you can do a very effective analysis using the option chain, and how to also correlate the option chain with other indicators like PCR and the futures data also. Why am I saying this, friends? Because when it comes to swing or positional trading, or when it comes to the analysis using derivatives data, you have to analyze the derivatives data in totality. You cannot just watch one indicator or monitor only one indicator in isolation. Like one indicator means only option chain, and you are not paying attention to the futures data. So friends, you have to analyze all the data together, and after combining the data, then you will make a very good picture in your mind about that particular index or the particular stock, and then you will be able to make effective trading decisions. So we have covered many use cases in our previous videos, and we'll see in detail in this video also how to analyze Nifty. So friends, let's first quickly jump to the option chain data. So friends, as you can see that in the middle of the page, you will find the option chain data, and you will see the expiry dates indicators also. So friends, as we have also discussed in the previous videos, that we are always showing the cumulative option chain data, that is the cumulative open interest. What do you mean by cumulative open interest? That we are combining the open interest of all the expiries at that particular strike price. Not only the current weekly expiry, but the next weekly expiry also, and the monthly expiry also. So all the near and far expiries. So that gives you the holistic picture. If you are only watching the data for one expiry, you will not get the full picture, because you will never be able to make out what are the strong support levels or strong resistance level when it comes to swing or positional trading. Okay. But if you are watching the cumulative open interest or the data in totality, you will make a very good view, and the chances of success are very high, and it will give you more clear picture about the major support and resistance levels. So that's why by default we are showing the cumulative open interest at every strike price. But suppose if you want to see the open interest of one particular expiry, suppose the current expiry. So the current expiry will expire on 18th of February. So you can select this particular date you can just click on this date and the data will get filtered accordingly. Okay, so now you can see that the data has got filtered for this particular expiry only. Okay, so similarly, if you want to see for the other expiry, you can click that particular date, and if you want to reset, you just click on this particular date and the data will be reset and you will be seeing the cumulative open interest data. So friends, here we are with the cumulative open interest data. So now let's analyze. So friends, when you are watching the option chain using the cumulative open interest, you will get a very good sense of the major support levels. So you will see quickly that the first level of support is at 15,000. The next level of good support is at 14,500. And the third, the very major support is at 14,000. So the long-term support or the medium-term support we are talking about is at 14,000 and the immediate support is at 15,000. And when we talk about the major resistance levels, the first resistance level is at, you can see, 15,500 and the next resistance level is at 16,000. You can see 16,000. So friends, in this way the cumulative open interest gives you the more clear picture. And on the adjacent graph, you are seeing the change in open interest, like whatever change in open interest happened on the last trading day. So you can see this is also the cumulative data. So you can see that at this between 14,000 and 15,000 levels, put writing was going on, and above 15,000 mainly call writing was going on. Now friends, very recently we have also added last 6 days view. So now you can see that 4th February, 5th February, 6th, 8th February, 9th February, 10th February and 11th. So the last previous 6 trading days. Why we have added this? Because we felt that when it comes to option chain analysis, people would also quickly want to see a quick reference that how the option chain is getting developed, right, over a period of time. So 1 week is a very good view. So that's why we have taken 7 days in total, including the last trading day. This is the last trading day and the last previous 6 trading days. So the 7 days gives you more clear picture that how the option chain or the open interest in different strike prices is changing, and you can see this in one view. So if we would have provided a date filter and you would have selected different dates, but that would have not added very much good to the user experience because you would have to switch between the dates. But now here, just taking a one glance, just at one view, you can quickly see how the option chain is changing. And in this way, you can make more effective trading decision because you can analyze in detail, like in one view, that how the strike prices or how the put writers are writing at a particular strike price, at which strike price the support level is shifting. So it can be easily seen in one view only. So you can see that from the previous 6 trading days also, 14,000 has been a major support, and then you see the supports are shifting higher. You see that in the previous 6 days, you see from the 4th of February, the major resistance level was at 15,000, and then you see the support level started shifting higher. The 15,000 quickly became the major support area rather than resistance area, and now you can see that now the 15,000 is the first support area rather than resistance, and 6 days prior to that it was acting as a major resistance. So in this way, it gives you a very quick view on how the data is changing in the option chain. But now, as I mentioned, that you only not have to watch the option chain, you have to correlate the option chain with other indicators too, and those indicators are PCR and the futures data. Now friends, let us quickly take you to those indicators also. So you can see that this is the PCR trend. Now we have discussed this in PCR video also. Now quickly, just for reference, if the underlying security price is rising and the PCR is increasing, it means it is a bullish signal. So you can see from the past few days, PCR, you can see close price is in uptrend, and if we see that PCR, there are small fluctuations, but overall it is increasing, right? So it means that the support levels are shifting higher, right? And also you can see the maximum call and put open interest. So friends, in this graph, we are just filtering out only 2 strike prices, that is the strike price where the maximum put writing is done and the strike price where the maximum call writing is done. So you can, over a period of time, you can see the trend. So this helps you to analyze what are the major support and resistance levels based on the cumulative open interest. So you see how the support is shifting higher because put writing is also shifting to the higher strike price. So now you see that the maximum put is at 14,000 and maximum call is at 16,000. So we also saw this in the option chain also. You see maximum put writing is at 14,000 and maximum call writing is at 16,000. So basically we are choosing the strike prices where maximum put writing and maximum call writing is done, and we are showing it over a period of time. Now coming to the futures data, here are three graphs of futures cumulative open interest. Now in case of futures also, we are taking the cumulative open interest, not only the open interest for the current expiry but the next two expiries also, right? So now you can see that expiry on expiry, if you are doing positional trading, that is if you are making a position from 2 or 3 months perspective, this graph is very important for you, because this gives you the overall trend, removing the fluctuations between the month, and it is covering the multi-month trend. You can see how the price is increasing or price is behaving, and then how the cumulative open interest is changing expiry on expiry. So you can see that the close price is increasing expiry on expiry, and cumulative open interest is also increasing. So it means continuously the long positions have been added at every expiry, right? Now in the last expiry we saw that price slightly fell and the open interest decreased. It means there was a long unwinding. Okay, so in this way you can make a view. Now this is the week on week view, which gives you within the week how the trend is changing week on. So it gives you a medium term view. So this is the multi-month view, this is the week view. Suppose you want to take a trade within for this particular month only, current expiry. So this graph will give you more clear picture. So you can see from the past 2 weeks Nifty has increased and the cumulative open interest has also increased. So it means from the past 2 weeks long positions have been made week on week, right? So this gives you the very good view about week on week. But if you want to see more granularity and you are trading from a very short term perspective, that is 4 or 5 days or 1 week, then you can follow the futures cumulative open interest, that is on daily basis. So this is more granular and it is on daily basis, how every day the open interest is changing and the price is changing. So you can see from the past few days the Nifty price has increased, the blue line, and the open interest is also increased. So it means the long positions have got added. So friends, in this way you have to analyze the futures cumulative open interest data. Now how to combine and make a view, that is the most important question. So you have already seen that from the past 2 weeks, or in the day graph also, we are seeing the price is increasing, futures cumulative open interest is increasing. That means long positions are getting added. Then we have seen using PCR, that PCR is increasing. It means more put writing has been done than call writing. It means people are more bullish than bearish. People are writing more puts, right? So it means the momentum is bullish, and PCR is well above 1. So it is bullish generally. Then coming to the option data, you will see that supports are getting shifted higher. We have already seen the past 6 days view and current view also. And the major support and resistance levels you can see from the option chain. So in this way you have to analyze the data and correlate all the indicators together. So if all the indicators are in harmony or indicating one direction, that means your chances of success are very high if you are taking a particular trade and you are taking a very high probability trade. So you will wait for the price to come near the support level, that is the first support level, suppose 15,000, and you will place your stop loss below 15,000 and you will take the trade. And in this way, when you are trading near the support or resistance levels, your chances of success are very high. So friends, in this way you have to analyze the data. Now coming to the bottom, that is the very important table we have added. So in this you get the daily view and you get to analyze the data in very detail in just one row for that particular day. So in this table you can always see that how the open interest is getting developed, the futures, the OI change in the futures, the price, OI change in percentage, and what is the position status every day, the rollover percentages. The rollover percentage is more significant on expiry day only. So we have already made a video on rollover statistics. You can follow that video in order to understand this particular indicator in detail. Then what is the total call open interest and what is the change in call OI on the last trading day. So every trading on every row you can see how the call OI is changing, combining all the strike prices, and similarly the put OI change. So in this one row you get the whole view, whole 360-degree view, that what is happening in that particular security or index or particular stock. So this table is also present in the stock analysis page for that particular stock. So you can see that we have also shown the major support and resistance level. This is the resistance level where the maximum call writing is done, and major support level, right? So in this table we generally show the data like this so that you can take a holistic view, and also combining these particular in metrics, that is PCR, option chain data and the futures cumulative open interest data. So friends, in this way you have to analyze the data, and if you analyze the data in this way, you will take very good and high probability trades. So friends, with this we come to the end of this video. If you have any questions regarding this video, if you have not understood any particular topic or any particular graph, you can post your questions on the comment section and we will definitely answer your questions. And also you can provide your feedback about the analysis. It gives us very good motivation to make more such videos in which we will cover each and every indicator in very detail and how you can make use of our dashboard, which we have specifically made for our audience to analyze the derivatives data. It is very much powerful. It actually tells you about the positions of the smart players, and it opens everything for you so that you can analyze the data, and the way we have presented the data so that you can analyze the derivatives data in just one page only. You don't have to switch from pages to pages. In just one view you can make a holistic analysis and you can take effective trading decisions. And friends, lastly, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe to our channel to get the notifications of the derivative analysis tutorial series videos which we have started posting. And as already mentioned in the starting of the video, if you want to have the access of our dashboard, please drop us an email and we will definitely send you the link of the dashboard. So friends, in the next video we are going to cover one more use case using stocks and how to identify the stock trend using the option chain of that particular stock. So friends, see you in another video. Take care and goodbye.